been driving for about 2 hours now from Sacramento. I'm heading back from spending time with my girlfriend. And I have about 10 minutes before I finally make it back home, assuming there's not another accident on the road. I just spent it added 20 minutes to my time, to my drive, and I figured it's been a while since I uploaded anything to my YouTube channel. For good reason. Been working. But when I'm thinking about what type of videos I want to have online of myself, I figure I want to have things on my channel that are reflective of the person I am. And that's the $1,000,000 question. What kind of person am I? I think it's very clear with any level of critical thinking that the videos I posted of myself beyond even a year ago are of a version of myself that no longer exists. I think I like to hold on to my sense of self to remind myself of who I am and learn from the choices I've made. But obviously, number one, I'm a teacher now, and that's crazy. I think it's so crazy living and expressing yourself now with the knowledge that there are children watching you. And that's something you have to keep in your mind at all times, the things you want to present yourself. I know Michelle has already told me, she's even affirmed that, yeah, the stuff out on my YouTube is it's pretty embarrassing. And I've already gone through and I've gotten rid of the videos that are okay, I said a slur in this video. That's maybe not something I want to have memorialized on the internet. But the reasons I still have public are videos that they are not reflective of who I am anymore, but they are still reflective of a person that did exist. They're reflective of someone that's wanted to be known, and I do not want to let that person die. And there's a lot of videos on there that I'm not proud of. A lot of videos that I don't enjoy discussing with, especially 12-year-olds. Mr. Cow, why did you post this video where you said blah blah blah? And it's because I was in high school, because I was 19 in college. And I say this as if I'm still not a young man. I'm 23 now, and I'm year 1 into teaching. I know nothing about the world. Is that also a crazy idea to keep in mind? God, I am tasked with a position where I'm supposed to teach children a thing when I have barely existed in the world. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not saying that a bad thing, I'm woefully underqualified for the job. In fact, I think it's the exact opposite. I think, for the most part, we're doing pretty solid, all things considered. I definitely leave work a lot with a lot of work still left to do, and I leave feeling extremely tired. But I think it's great to be taught by people that understand that there is still so much to learn about the world. And if there's any lesson I want to impart to the kids going forward, or even think about next year, I would love to have that be lesson 1. The why are we here? Recognizing that there's so much of the world that we don't know about, and the whole point of existing is learning about how much there is still left to learn. God, I feel and I get it. I get being in school and being I'm learning about all the stuff that doesn't matter to me. But I feel especially children need to learn, or at least understand, that there is, I promise that there is something that you want to learn. I think the problem is that you've been forced to learn things that you don't care about. You've been learning about numbers, how to write an essay, how to specific historical facts from however long ago. 9 times out of 10, you're learning something in school that you do not necessarily care about. But I promise you that there's something that you do care about. Everyone wants to learn something. Whether it's something you want to learn how to shoot hoops better, or you want eyes and have them look the same. Or you want to learn how to cook a meal that people like. Or even learn what kind of person you want to be in the future. I promise you that you want to learn, and I'm absolutely stealing exactly what I just said for the beginning of next year. But I don't know. I'm going back to what I said earlier about anything I post has to be made with the knowledge that my future and or current students are going to see this. And I figure if you're going to be stalking my YouTube channel, you should at least see something that gives you some level of value outside of watching your English teacher insult you with really bad swears for like 2 minutes. I don't know why I still have that one up. Well, no, I know I have that one up. That one... See, I do have one video where I'm just insulting a friend because that was an inside joke. And there's another one where I just felt like recording myself saying stuff for a while. Maybe as like a... as proof that I existed, maybe. And, you know, obvious question after that is like, of all the ways to prove that you existed, why would you choose that? And who knows, maybe next time I open my YouTube channel, it'll be to archive that video so kids stop pestering me about it. Or I'll leave it up there as a reminder to myself of how much I've changed. A reminder that I'm not that person anymore. Not necessarily in a way that I disavow me being younger. I don't want to be the type of person that rejects the person that, like, you know, like, oh, that's, I'm not, I think I've made a lot of mistakes. I think I've made a lot of decisions that I would not make now. But I don't hate myself. I don't hate the younger version of myself. And I don't think most people do. I guess the point I'm getting at is I don't want to forget the person that I used to be. Because there's still a lot of things that I can learn from my younger self. Most notably being, don't do this. I think a lot of the videos I still have on my YouTube channel are examples either of, hey, I existed, or, you know, to something to admire that, hey, here's someone trying to express themselves as a young person. Or reminders to myself, hey, you've done this before, and you need to ask yourself, would you still do this again? And usually the answer is no. If I were to lead away with anything, I think it's interesting to think about what kind of person you used to be, and more especially what kind of person you want to be. I think part of the reason I admire my younger self is because I was always asking myself, what kind of person do you want to be? I think there's a difference between the person you are and the person you want to be. And I took a lot of pride when I was younger in being the person I wanted to be. I feel like every time I got that intersection where I am who I want to be, that's where I felt my most comfortable. And I think that's why I felt comfortable presenting myself the way I did. It earned me a lot of attention and admiration, especially when I was in high school. You know, other teenagers see a teenager being themselves completely unabashedly. Like, that's cool. Now, obviously, I was still very ignorant about a lot of things in the world and a lot of aspects of life. And case in point, I would not say slurs anymore. Because now I've learned that I've met people, and now I understand. Like, oh, right. We say things because we want to communicate with people, and by saying slurs, you communicate that you do not care or understand certain groups of people. Because when someone tells you that they don't want to hear certain things, and you continue to say those things, that's kind of a mean move. See, I caught myself that I was about to swear, but I don't really want to be swearing online anymore if I can help it. Not to say I won't swear, I'll probably swear at some point, but I have a video somewhere saved on my computer of like a hello to myself, however may to use in the future type of thing. And I think I remember certain parts of it. I think that was around the time one of my friends was threatening to kill himself. And I think that's part of the reason I've been scared to open that up again. But one of these days I should open that up and maybe reflect on that and see what exact thoughts I really had. Hey Mom, I just parked.